My stepmother 52F and I 24F have been pushing each other's buttons since we met 16 years ago. And now my dad 51M is insisting we go to counseling together before it's too late. But I think it already is. Advice? Is it really possible to salvage a relationship that started with a bitter feud 16 years ago? To start off, I should probably mention that I am 24 years old and I do not live with my dad and stepmother anymore. I have not lived with them for almost 6 years now and I am fully independent and do not rely on them for help with anything. I didn't meet my stepmother until she moved states to live with my dad and me, and they were married a month later. I was 8 at the time, and my mom had been dead for 2 years. It was not super hard on me because I had been aware of the fact my parents were secretly separated and keeping up the pretense of still being together for me. I don't know when it began, but if I had to guess, losing my baby brother a couple of months after he was born was the likely reason. He died when I was 3. My stepmother and I met, and very quickly we clashed. She was all about wanting to be my mom, and I was all about the fact that she was not my mom. I was open about how nobody could ever compare to my mom, so she shouldn't even try. She told me that my mom was nobody that special and that we all love our moms, but we are all capable and should be open to accepting more than one person into the role of parent if they try or earn it. It bothered me a lot that she said those things. The point that aggravated me the most was her saying my mom wasn't special, because she really was to me. So I told her she wasn't even going to be my stepmother. She would just be my dad's wife. For the next 3 years, we were back and forth over my mom not being special, and her not even being my stepmother. I don't think she entirely realized how badly she was pushing my buttons. I think she just fully believed that loyalty to a parent to the point of rejecting second and third parents of the same sex was wrong. She would frequently say no parent needed that kind of loyalty, and no parent was special enough to deserve it. It made me want to push her buttons, and every time I retaliated, I knew what I was doing, and I did so intentionally. When my stepmother got pregnant with my half-sister, I was 12, and I really pushed her buttons by refusing to say sibling or sister. I always said half-sibling. I knew it would get under her skin, and it really, really did. She used to say that she had more than proven she was in this for the long haul, that she was the mother of my sibling now, and surely that was deserving of recognition for being my other mother. I told her I already had a sibling, and that I didn't need a half-sibling, and that her kids with my dad would always be half-siblings, and she would always just be his wife. I even started calling her dad's wife instead of her first name. She would go on these epic rants about how my loyalty to my mom was not deserved by any person, dead or alive, because nobody is perfect. She would push the point that my mom was just a person and she was not special. I would always find some way to retaliate. We continued like this until I moved out of their house at 18. After that, I saw her less and spoke to her less. The conflict came up less frequently, and I created space between us so we weren't just seeing each other every day or even every week and fighting it out. My dad always knew what we were like. He knew I would say what I did intentionally. He never told his wife, and he let things continue. It was only a month ago that he told me he thought things would fix themselves with time and he wouldn't need to intervene. He said he wanted to ask me some questions and wanted honest answers to see what things were really like. He asked me if I loved my stepmother, and I said no. He asked me if the constant feud between us created a lesser relationship with my half-siblings, and I said yes. He asked me if I'd been happy with the family they created, and I said no. He asked if I would stay in touch with my stepmother if he died tomorrow or at any point before her, and I told him no. He asked me if I had regrets about our relationship, and I said no. He asked my stepmother questions too, though I wasn't there for them. Now he has decided she and I need counseling together before it's too late. I argued with him that it's already too late. He told me she doesn't feel the exact same way as I do, so there is hope if we speak to a therapist and really try to figure out a better way for our relationship going forward. But he doesn't want me to be as honest in therapy, and he did not tell his wife about my answers at all. I know hers are different, and that she is frustrated with me, but still wants that mother-daughter relationship to come out the other side. I want advice, because I personally don't see counseling doing anything for us, but maybe I'm wrong, and my dad is onto something, and I just can't see it.